You put in the years, you build the experience, and then, right in the middle of your career, you inexplicably stall. You are still putting in the exact same long hours, you are still carrying the same heavy responsibilities, but the return you get back no longer matches the massive effort you pour in. It is tempting to look outward for a reason. You tell yourself the economy has shifted, your timing was slightly off, or maybe you need to grind out one more certification to finally justify the salary you want. Standard advice tells you to follow your passion or simply put your head down and push harder. But you already know how to work hard. If grinding it out were the answer, your decades of experience would have solved this long ago. This plateau represents a mechanical breakdown in the system you use to operate your career. Early on, the formula is clear. Give more time, get more reward. But somewhere past the age of 40, that linear relationship quietly shatters. Adding more hours stops generating more income. This leaves you with a persistent, quiet tension. You know exactly what you are capable of achieving, yet you find yourself trapped beneath a ceiling you cannot even see. Your struggle stems from a mechanical mismatch between the value you create and how the market actually recognizes it. The diagnosis is simple. You are under-leveraged. Your setup is flawed, not your skills. And this happens due to 3 specific failures. This diagram shows the first failure, misaligned positioning. We normally identify by our job titles, manager, finance, HR, but the market does not pay for titles, it pays for outcomes. When you define yourself strictly by what you do, rather than the results you create, you get overlooked. Next, we see the second failure, no clear value path. You have a massive reservoir of general knowledge, but if your answer to "what exactly am I paying you for" is a vague list of tasks, buyers walk away. Your experience has to map directly to a specific problem you can solve. Finally, look at where that path ends. This is the third failure, no leverage system. If your income halts the moment you stop working, you are entirely reliant on trading time for money. Your growth is mathematically capped by the hours in a day. You can possess a goldmine of accumulated wisdom, but if the market has no structured way to extract and pay for it, that wealth will never actually profit your life. Curious, knowing this mechanical fix is one thing, actually executing it is another. Highly decisive people often freeze precisely when faced with making the right career move. You might have your next logical step mapped out flawlessly on paper. The numbers make sense, you have the skills, and you could do it easily. And yet you quietly resist taking action. This hesitation stems from a collision between your desire for change and the comforting safety of the familiar. 3 invisible forces cause this. The first is identity. Your current work is deeply tied to how you see yourself. Walking away from it forces an uncomfortable question. If I am not this anymore, who am I? This model visualizes the second force, loss aversion. Our brains are hardwired to protect existing stability. The immediate fear of losing predictable income heavily outweighs the abstract math of a potential future gain. Then you add the third force, emotional weight. This is the invisible baggage of past burnout and career disappointments. They accumulate on the scale, making any new risk feel dangerously heavy. What looks to the outside world like simple procrastination is actually an intense, paralyzing negotiation inside your own head. Applying more effort on top of an internal conflict does not yield forward progress. It creates friction. You are grinding gears, expending massive energy just to stay locked in the exact same spot. Fast forward 12 months on this trajectory. The pressure compounds, the frustration deepens, and the timeline you have to build something new gets visibly shorter. Often it takes a sudden jolt, like a health scare or an unexpected layoff, to reveal that your predictable situation was never truly safe. In a matter of seconds, the comfort of your current routine is exposed as an empty promise. The ultimate cost of delay is enduring the agony of knowing you are capable of more, while life slowly runs out of time waiting for you to feel ready. Clarity is not a realization that will arrive if you simply think about your options for another year. It must be aggressively created. You have to acknowledge your internal conflict and stop the endless negotiation with fear. Mechanically, you must stop treating your career as an hourly trade. You have to actively structure your decades of knowledge into leveraged outcomes that the market can actually buy. You face a choice: remain trapped in the grinding friction of the familiar, or definitively translate your experience into forward momentum.